May of 2009, we learned of a terrific opportunity that was part of the Obama administration's federal stimulus package through the National Institutes of Health, through NIH, to apply for some supplemental funding for our original grant that we could use to bring in teachers, high school teachers, and undergraduate students to do summer research fellowships here at Northwestern as part of the Oncofertility consortium, and allow them to come into Dr. Teresa Woodruff's lab and engage in hands-on research with her and her team there.
My name is Romero. I attend Tiffin University in Tiffin, Ohio. I'm majoring in forensic science. I plan to become either a forensic lab technician or crime scene technician. I actually enjoy watching CSI and Forensic Files and Law and Order and shows like that, and my science teacher in 7th grade influenced me and tried to encourage me to apply to a science program at the University of Miami dealing with forensic pathology and investigations. So I applied and I got a scholarship to go, and I did the 2-week program, and I knew from that experience that I did want to do something in the field of forensics. I actually hope to be working in a lab soon, so I know that I'm going to have to be doing a lot of lab hours and things of that nature, and I hope to get that experience here. That way I'll be one step ahead of everyone else.
So my name is Melissa Resch, and I am a science teacher at Young Women's Leadership Charter School here in Chicago on the South Side. Well, I loved science ever since I was in elementary school. In high school, I was really lucky to have very gifted science teachers who always made me excited to learn about it. So the more I studied, the more I wanted to know, and that went into college as well. I find science to be the most engaging subject in secondary school. It's very hands-on, so it speaks to kinesthetic learners. It employs math, and so it builds strength in math, and gives a platform, a foundation for math as well. And it helps explain the world around them. Students have so many misconceptions, so when they're in a science classroom, they can kind of start to understand what's going on. It's really powerful for them.
Bromine. Oh yeah, I remember. Because when we add the bromine in it, and if it's still hot, it vaporizes. And hi, my name is Ashley McKinney. I attend Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia. My major is biology. After college, I plan to go to med school to become a doctor. In my family, it's a lot of medical issues. So after seeing them, hurting and, in pain and all that, it led me to science. So I feel really honored to be picked to do this program. And I hope to learn a lot of new things, because in medical school, I'm sure I have to do a lot of lab research and stuff. So this is better for me for the future to, prepare myself.
I'm currently the science department chair up at Lakes High School, and I'm working to develop a new kind of cutting-edge biology curriculum for our district. So I think that what's neat about the program is you get to work with researchers and see aspects of doing biological research that's atypical for a high school classroom. So learn skills, learn content, learn thinking that might be overlooked in a typical high school curriculum. It's been 10 years or more since I've been in an undergraduate laboratory classroom, and things in science change. It's a dynamic subject, and so the skills change, the research change, the ideas develop. And I think taking this time in the summer to come back and do research and try to understand what the research scientists here at Northwestern are doing, the kind of skills they're doing, the problem solving they do, the thinking they do, I think that it's new and different and refreshing. And I think there's biotechnology skills that we're developing that are atypical, that have been developed recently, that can be translated in a high school classroom but weren't available 10, 15 years ago.
We actually were part of a program. This program is since high school, our junior year in high school. So we did it our junior year in high school, and then we did it as senior year, and we're back here for the summer as an internship.
The Oncofertility Saturday Academy, which we also refer to as OSA, has been running now for 3 or 4 years and has really had a tremendous impact on the girls from Young Women's Leadership Charter School and their families, quite frankly. And one of the things that we've always hoped to do is to find ways to further strengthen that program and strengthen the learning that the girls get out of it, but also to find ways to bring the magic of that program, of that sort of secret sauce, if you will, out to a broader audience of high school students and teachers, so that we could really share the excitement of this Oncofertility research program that's going on and use it to get kids and teachers excited about science. The stimulus funding that we were able to receive really is allowing us to realize that goal by bringing these teachers in to work on work in the lab and then think about how to translate that experience in the lab into their regular high school classrooms.
For me, it's been really great. I don't have as much lab experience, so being able to talk to scientists and talk about what they're doing and the timeline especially, and how they're attacking a problem and what they're looking for in terms of outcomes. That's been just a really cool opportunity, and especially to get my hands in and doing things I'd never done before and getting a sense of how actually difficult it is to do things like separate out follicles. Working with the students today was great because it was such a fulfilling experience as a teacher to see a student stepping up and teaching, in this case the teacher, but being able to teach it all and having experience that they've then taken in and learned and that they can then disseminate. That's really powerful for me as a teacher to see.
I think what happens is, as teachers, we focus on designing the next day's lesson a lot of times. And sometimes we teach what we've been taught, and we teach from our own experiences. And so what happens when taking a summer experience like this is that you get a chance to see new skills, new context for those skills, and to talk to people who do this full time and say, okay, is there a more authentic experience that I should be offering my students?
So you swirled and then you contracted? Yeah. Okay.
We get sort of a magical combination of really cutting edge and exciting scientific innovations and research and breakthrough together with the expertise that we bring in terms of how do we package that in a way that kids find motivating and that teachers can actually incorporate into their classroom, because it's often a pretty big gap between really high-end cutting-edge science and what students and teachers at a K-12 level can really master. And so we help to bridge that gap, preserving the sort of excitement of real-world science, but making it doable and digestible, if you will, at a K-12 level.
So take your ovaries over and sit them by one of the scopes on the bench, and we'll come back to them in a little bit. Okay?
Some days are challenging, some days, but every day is fun. We learn something new every day, and
I am so excited when I see my girls getting into science and getting interested in science, and I really try to push them because we still have issues where scientists are often white men and I teach students of color. I especially try to push my students into chemistry, physics, engineering, because those are definitely underrepresented areas for women and for people of color. I just try to play up how interesting, how exciting, how hands-on science is, and how it keeps you excited about the world around you. And it helps you understand, and more than helping you to understand, it raises more questions. And I think it's that process of constantly asking why that keeps you interested in everything.
I thought there would be a way that I could rejuvenate myself as an educator by doing some actual research in addition to the curriculum writing I was going to do. But without question, the summer kind of far surpassed all expectations.
This was an honor and a privilege for me. I've grown as a person, as a science teacher. I couldn't have had a better summer.